This is MC Tone coming back with another video with the Chicago Bears for the NFL team breakdown. You know what I mean? Chi-Town, where you at, man? It was a very disappointing year for them, especially 2 years ago when they were in the divisional round and they needed a kick to win the game, and Parker missed the kick, man. And I know it was very difficult to see that, man, for especially for Chicago Bears, who, ever since that Super Bowl run, Rice Grossman, they haven't had much fortune. The defense is definitely stout. Wasn't the same last year as it was with Vic Fangio, who now is coaching the Denver Broncos. But Chuck Pagano did a decent job last year. Definitely did his thing. They were new terminology, so I understand why the defense regressed a little. Still the same. It was still pretty good. Still a top 10 defense, ranked number 7th overall. But you know, hopefully they can get back to with where they was with Vic Fangio taking over. They're coached by Matt Nagy, man. I think Coach Matt Nagy is a great play caller. They got Bill Lazor as their offensive coordinator. Trubisky is their starting quarterback for now, I guess. I guess Nick Foles and them are battling it out. I think it's going to go to Nick Foles. If you trade a guy and you bring him in, especially with that money that Nick Foles is going to be making, I think that's his position to lose. The training camp battle, they're going to give Mitch Trubisky a chance to win it. Unless he has an outstanding, crazy camp, I think that job is going to go to Nick Foles. I think he's worked over Matt Nagy when he was in Philadelphia, so I do now expect for him to, take over and see what they can do underneath Matt Nagy. Their draft picks, Cole Kmet, Notre Dame tight end. And one thing about tight ends, you can never have too many. I know people talked about how many signings they had at tight end, but look at Travis Kelce does in Kansas City, who's a big part of their offense. He's a safety blanket. Mark Andrews for Lamar Jackson, another big key part of that offense. A lot of these guys, that's their safety blanket, man. Especially look at Rob Gronkowski, what he did for Tom Brady. They're definitely brings a large part of the offense. And hey, these tight ends, they're basically wide receivers now, man. They line up in the outside, inside. They're definitely defensive matchups now, And I'm glad they're finally getting the recognition that they need. Jalen Johnson was another great draft pick I think they had in the second round. They didn't have a first round pick in this year's draft for the Khalil Mack trade, so they did get that tight end Cole Kmet in the second round. Jalen Johnson, he had 4 touchdowns returned in his college career, man. 7 total interceptions, so he's a ball hawk, a playmaker on the ball. It's great that they got him in the second round. Stay true to your identity. They lost Prince Amukamara to the free agency, so I think they did a great job of addressing that situation. They got outside limit Telvin Gibson in the 5th round, another 5th round cornerback Kendall Vilder, 5th round Darnell Mooney, who ran a 4.38 in the 40. Another person who can top the defense off. Especially with Allen Robinson, definitely a beast wide receiver playing in the outside. Looking for him to have a strong year. Arlington Hamilton, and 7th round pick Latavius Simmons. The key signings, Robert Quinn. I like the Robert Quinn if he can stay healthy, because Robert Quinn sometimes can get banged up and he has an injury history, So hopefully he can stay healthy. He led the Cowboys with 11.5 sacks last year. Had a very solid year. But I'm just hoping that he can stay healthy. Artie Burns, a former 1st round pick from the Steelers, hopefully he can rejuvenate his career. Prince Amukamara struggled before he came to the Bears, and I think with playing opposite of Kendall Fuller will help take off some of that pressure, from Artie Burns. Jimmy Graham was another great pickup. Didn't really translate to Green Bay really good. He hasn't been the same to me since he left the Saints. I just wonder, does he got anything left in the tank in terms of what he can do and provide for a team, Dennis Raven was a key signing. He re-signed to the Bears. He's one of the best linebackers, especially what he does in coverage with Raekwon Smith and him are one of the best linebacker tandems in football. Hopefully they can, have a better season than they did. I think Danny Trevathan was played hurt, and Raekwon Smith took personal time off. So, hopefully this defense can get back to where it was. And they put up Deion Bush to replace Clinton Dix. That was a great signing to help replace him. And Barcavius Mingo, who adds a rotational piece at the outside linebacker position, and helps with the special teams. The defense, wasn't the same as it was 2 years ago, but it definitely ranked number 7th, fourth in points, 8th in yards, ninth in passing yards, ninth in rushing yards. Rushing with touchdowns was 26, red zone touchdowns was 15. Overall touchdowns was 7th, and turnover points were 17. So definitely a stout defense. You know what you're getting with the Khalil, Mack, Akeem, Hicks. Kendall Fuller is to me definitely a top 5 cornerback on the rise. And you got one of the best safeties in Eddie Jackson. You got basically playmakers in all 3 levels of the football and the defense side of the ball. Raekwon Smith to me has definitely paid off in what he does for that team. The only thing that troubles me is the offense. They rate 23rd, turnover points 17th, points 29th, yards 29th, passing yards 25th, passing touchdowns is 25th, rushing touchdowns is 27th, rushing TDs is 28th, red zone touchdowns 24th, and overall touchdowns they rank 27th. So that's kind of really pitiful to me. The Chicago Bears, to me, I really don't know if Nick Foles is the answer, man. He's never really been that guy in any destination. He had a good year in Philadelphia, but any other year, he hasn't really seen that pan out with Nick Foles. They chose Gardner Minshew over Nick Foles, and you got to question why they did that. I know maybe they're going in a different direction, but still, I don't know if Nick Foles is the answer. I know the Chicago Bears, y'all passed over Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson coming out the draft. Deshaun Watson was fresh off a championship game. I'm just really confused. I watched Mitch Trubisky in the ACC. He did nothing special to me, and that's no disrespect to him, but he had no special quality about him to me. They talked about his leadership coming out the draft. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks can display leadership, but when it comes down to it, can you display the talent to back it up? Deshaun Watson, he makes plays out of nothing, especially playing with the offensive line. Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes is Super Bowl MVP of the league, all pro, all that, man. So it kind of makes you sick as a Chicago Bears that you took Mitch Trubisky, knowing that he probably won't even start the season. And I got y'all finishing really 3rd. And at the end of the day, y'all got to ask yourself what direction this franchise is going in. Y'all have a Super Bowl caliber defense, and you have a Khalil Mack who's in his prime of his career. So what are you gonna do? I think after this year, I think you definitely have to go out there and try to get a quarterback, whether that's in the draft and moving up all your assets to get somebody in the top 3 with a Trevor Lawrence or a Fields or somebody, man, or a Lance. But other than that, what are y'all Chicago Bears going to do? I got y'all finishing 3rd or 4th in y'all division. I don't see y'all any higher. You got Kirk Cousins, who's a stable quarterback, and y'all got Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see y'all moving up any. I see if Aaron Rodgers get hurt or Kirk Cousins gets hurt or somehow, you never know, in the NFL. But if not that, then I don't see y'all finishing 3rd and 4th because y'all quarterback situation to me is just a hot mess. I don't think Nick Foles is the answer. Mitch Trubisky showed me that he just wasn't that dude. And I think another thing that hurts y'all let Jordan Howard go. I thought that was a terrible decision. Tyreek Cohen, I think he's like a Darren Sproles to me. He's great in all purpose of the field, but I don't think he should be your main ball carrier. Ty Montgomery, I think definitely did not have a great year for his rookie season. He did not run the ball. He didn't flash. I just think he just looked confused out there. Didn't hit the holes. I think the rushing game was definitely important for that offense, and they lost it last year, and they lost their identity, man, especially on the offense. And I think Matt Nagy would definitely look frustrated. So just let me know. I think the Chicago Bears, man, I think that defense is primed. Y'all don't got too many years of having a prime defense like that, so y'all definitely have to make a move before y'all waste Khalil Mack's prime, especially having a talent like him. So let me know your thoughts, your comments. Um, I'll try to reply as fast as I can, man. Shout out to Chicago. Tone out.